I was saying to you earlier that it was so difficult for me to select the tracks for today because you've got so many tunes coming out your ears.
I've never heard that.
Coming out all your pores. It is crazy. Seriously, I'm not even joking. It was a pleasure going through all your music to select for today. But I want to kind of go back for people who are listening who may not have heard of you. Yeah. Because it's only since, what, 2012?
2012, yeah, 2012.
This has been going on. You released your debut sort of mixtape. Mixtape. And that's Bring Back the Love, which I played some tracks from. And what happened? Tell me how it came about, and then what happened following its release. Okay,
the idea for the mixtape, I can tell you, just happened. I was in Panama. We're doing a show with Busy Signal. And we were in the hotel, me and my manager, Riga Empire, and then Straight Sound, and he was just playing some instrumentals, just like you, just chilling, DJ, like, yo, this nice, this sick. And he came through, and I came through the hotel room, and I was singing over the instrumental. I was like, yo, that sounds sick, you know? Your voice actually sounds good on this foundation stuff. When I actually went to Panama, I went there on a dancehall kind of vibe. They booked me because I was this dancehall and da-da-da-da-da. Okay. But then he said, this sounds more authentic, and they'll also know that I love this, because anything I listen to is always based around this, you know. Yeah.
Because you've been all over Europe. Tell us a bit about your tour that you went on after the mixtape.
After the mixtape dropped, and it was just a free mixtape. We didn't expect any of this to happen, you know. We literally just released the music. Like, what's next? We're gonna release a mixtape. Cool. We released the mixtape, and then, you know, everything else happened after it, you know. Like, so many people were like, yeah, it's been a while since we heard something like this, and that for me is still overwhelming. You know, and I'm really grateful for all of those opportunities. We did a whole, I think 32 show tour last year.
32?
Yeah, I think like 19 countries across Europe. So that was a lot of fun. Tiring, but I'm happily tired.
Yeah, you know? That's nice. I'm happily tired.
I'm happily tired.
I'm going to use that word. Someone next to ask me, how are you? The lyrics of your music as well talks a lot about bringing back the love into the music, and I found that really quite intriguing, especially in a time where a lot of music being made seems quite soulless. So let's talk about that. What are your views sort of on the music, and what is your position as an artist in regards to sort of counteracting what's happening out there at the moment?
I think one of the things that happened is over the years, you know, in music, where music was literally a spiritual thing, man. People used to do it not for themselves, but how it can actually affect everybody else around them. But now they scrapped that, and because it became corporate, the corporate thing just really started investing in egos and how you look and how you feel and how it's all about you. Come on, man, you're a star, and because of that, everybody actually forgot the reason as to why they're doing music in the first place. So most artists in the beginning say, yeah, man, I'm doing it for everybody. Then it becomes corporate, and then you realize that not even them want to change, but they change you, and then you become a star, and you're like, wow, I'm the biggest thing, you know. But that's what I think is missing.
And you grew up in Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
And when did you come to London?
2003. Yeah.
Yeah, and which part of London did you grow up in?
South London, man. I have to represent South London. Nice. Everybody knows. Everybody's from South London anyway. Any club you go into and you say, anybody from South London? Everybody's from South.
You love travel.
Yeah, so everybody's from South.
But, you know, I've been to Jamaica many times. Beautiful country. And it's a great place to go if you're a lover of music. True. Because everywhere you go, you hear music.
Everything is music.
On the bus. I was in bush country. It's true. And I could hear, funny enough, it was a UK tune. Keisha White.
I love that.
You could hear music everywhere you go, so I can understand how music can have an influence on you. But at what point did you realize you can have a talent? Because not everyone's got a talent to complement the influence of the music. Do you see what I mean? At what point did you realize that?
For me, singing was always just natural. I always just used to just sing just because of singing. So I never usually used to think of it as, I want to be this great singer. But I think it all happened fully for me when I met Blemish, you know. I was singing in the hospital, like I always tell the story, and he heard me singing, and he was like, you know, my youth, you have a voice, come to the studio. He never said my youth because, you know, obviously it's Ghanaian. So it's like, you've got a voice, come to the studio. I went to the studio, and he said, yo, nobody's gonna do this for you, you know, even if it's just you just being here, just be around the music. And I was there for months just watching it happen and watching everybody doing it and learning as much as I can. And then we said, okay, we're going to make something out of this.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to play one of the tracks from the album, and then we're going to come back and talk a bit about the EP and how it put together, and also the great producers that you worked with as well. So here is, do you want to introduce it? Sound the Alarm.
Sound the Alarm. This one is Sound the Alarm. See, she's got me messing up now. This one is Sound the Alarm, and this one is for all the spiritual robbers out there, you know, spiritual warfare, and it's real, it's genuine. and I am here and I'm fighting too. So come fight with me. Sound the alarm.
Sound the alarm. Run for the door. Rappers are coming. This is who want it.
Absolutely massive track from Randy's new EP called Breaking the Chain. Do you want to tell us a bit about recording that track, Randy? I can feel the fire in your stomach.
Yeah, fire, holy for fire. I recorded that song like 3 or 4 times, you know, just to get it right.
Yeah.
I recorded it first here in the UK, then when we started working on the EP in Switzerland, we recorded everything again. And then we listened to it, changed everything, and we came back to the UK, and then like, boom, this is the final one.
Hey, for real,
yeah.
That love. Because with the whole EP, you've worked with two producers, haven't you? Reggae and Junior Blender. How did that come about? Because one's from Switzerland, the other's from Germany. Yeah. So and how did that?
They tie in perfectly for me, because you know it's like I've been in Switzerland and Germany so many times last year, so they're all like family, you know. Yeah. So Junior Blender messaged me and said, "Yo, Randy, I like your stuff, man. Definitely, and I want to do a project with you." And for me, that was a big deal. That's Junior Blender.
Yeah, he's pretty big. He's working with like Major Lazer and Chronics and them lot. Yeah,
you know. So he linked me. I said, "Yo, Randy, want to do some work with her." I sat down for a good hour in this, you know. Yeah. Like, yo, this is sick. This is gonna happen. I linked Riga. Riga said, "Yo, let's do this." Boom, booked a flight. Spent 2 weeks in Switzerland in the studio, just locked away. And just started creating, and this is what came out, you know, Break the Chain.
It's wicked, and you're going strong. Yeah. I know that you've already done loads, but you've got a lot of promotion to do for this EP.
A lot more promotion.
So what is the plan in terms of promoting this, and where can Londoners in particular see you?
Londoners, look out for the EP launch that's coming on the 4th. You know, on the 4th of May, we're going to be here in Scandal's Wine Bar, South London again. South London in the building. Yeah.
You've got Gappy Ranks on that as well. Another absolute reggae genius.
Gappy Ranks, my virgin, is coming through. I just phoned him, and it didn't even take him 2 minutes to say, "Yo, yeah, man, definitely 100%.
Wow.
I phoned him like, "Yo, EP launch. South London. Yo, anything." You know? Yeah. So Gappy is virgin. Big up Clay as well. Clay is another talented guy that's coming up. You know, he's going to be on the show. He's doing some videos with Silly Walks right now. So he's got some big things coming up, so there's a lot of people, a lot of things popping. It's going to be a good night.
So for those who need to keep up to date with what you're doing, tell us what your social network sites are, your website.
All the social networks, the whole list of social networks is on my website, randyvalentine.com. But you know, check it. Twitter, RV_JOAT. Facebook, Randy Valentine. The like page, Randy Valentine. If you want to, you can link my sister right here. She's got direct access to me.
Direct.
You know, direct access. Direct. Yeah. Phone number, everything. So it's family, it's love. I'm here. I'm always here.
Yeah, and I've got to send a shout out to Blemish, who, gosh, Overground. We did some stuff. How many years ago was that? Management. Wow, he was an artist back then, and was on one of the Overground live shows. Amazing. And then next minute I blinked, and he's looking after great talents like you.
I met him as an artist, you know. When I met him as an artist, like, yo, rapper, man. Yeah, man. Check this out. Check this. Yeah, it's my brother. It's my brother. It's deeper than blood, you know.
I absolutely love it, and you know what? I always thank people for coming on the show, because it's a Saturday morning, and I know you're doing your thing, but it's always a pleasure to have people come in.
I'll definitely be back. Well, even if I'm being interviewed, yes or no, I'll probably just show up just to be here.
Well, I'm here every Saturday from 12 till 2, Randy. All right.
I might be poor, but I still know how to love. Yo, I go by the name of Randy Valentine, and right about now you're locked into the Overground News Show with my sister Akosua. So keep it locked. Let me say that one more time. Keep it locked.